because the brain takes 20 to 30% of your energy of your body daily. So if you also have muscle on your body, that makes your metabolic rate even higher, your nutrient demand even higher. And so, a lot of us are trying to outrun the cortisol, we're trying to outrun the stress response, and we can't keep up with this rate of depletion. We can't keep up with the scrolling that we're intaking, all the information that we're intaking. And our brain is like a supercomputer, and it's just starving. And that's why Alzheimer's, dementia, diabetes type 3 is growing so fast. We can see that the body is starving, and then the brain is also starving. So it's just interesting. It's quite simple. You start to think, how much magnesium, how much more magnesium should I eat? How much more zinc should I eat? And where are the foods that I can find this in a higher amount and quantity that's bioavailable? So, like talking about the amino acids, our animal-based proteins are more dense in amino acids. That's why I'm biased, because of the way that the animal-based proteins have made me feel, how they've helped my skin and my blood flow. And it's like an investment. What type of light source do you want to invest in? Do I want to invest in going on my phone the first thing in the morning? Or do I want to invest in going for a walk and going out into the sun? Do I want to invest in protein in the morning? Or do I want to invest in a Starbucks coffee? It's just like, what is going to give me the highest rate of return for, being able to feel better, in your brain and your body. So I oftentimes now, I don't know, for whatever reason, I've just been eating more now than I normally have, just because, I don't know, since the winter, when I went through a challenging time with my physical body, and I've been in this time period of recovery, it's just been continuing of okay, in the morning I need to eat my eggs, I need to make sure I have my protein so I can keep my physical body grounded, because sometimes spiritually, mentally, physically, I don't always feel the most grounded, and people often say, oh, you're so calm, and sometimes, a lot of times, I do feel calm, but there's sometimes where I feel very chaotic mentally, but my physical body still feels grounded, and I could still feel calm. So feed your brain, not your body. You start to look at things, you start to look at your food differently when you start to look at that. How much zinc does this have? How much tryptophan does this have? It's like spending your money on everything. What is my rate of return? If you're not going to get a rate of return, you can only give so much. The immune system can only fight for so long before we start to have these complications, like diabetic complications, insulin resistance, muscle loss, fatigue, inflammation, depression, anxiety. The immune system can only fight for so long when it's working time and a half. And you are the CEO, you're the boss, and it's your job to pay all of your employees, all the hardworking cells in your body, so that you can feel free, young, wild, and free. So anyway, that was just a few thoughts that I had. But I hope that you have a beautiful day. And I will catch you later.